G'day there, you gorgeous human being, and welcome to the Masterclass, where I'm going to show you exactly step by step how to build your own consistent, predictable lead generation marketing machine in the next 2 hours or less. And this is specifically for marketers, coaches, consultants, entrepreneurs, founders, and specifically service-based businesses that need leads, where leads are the lifeblood of their business in order to acquire new customers and make new sales. If that sounds like you, then you're definitely going to want to watch this video all the way through to the end. And I'm going to pack it so filled with value, with no bullshit, straight to the point, that hopefully by the end of it, you're going to want to climb through your computer screen and give me a big old kiss. Now, with that said, let's get my big head out of the way and get absolutely stuck into this, guys. Why should you do this masterclass? Well, it's going to be the exact proven blueprint to create your own lead generation marketing machine that generates consistent, high-quality leads within the next 24 hours. All right, guys, we're back. It's 11:14 p.m. if you can see the clock in the bottom right-hand corner. I've just got some email notifications again. So what's that been? 11 and a half hours, not even 24 hours, and we're up to 3 leads in at $3.49 each. Okay, that is why, if that is you, then that is why you should be watching this masterclass and following along step by step with exactly what I'm doing. So why is it important? Well, if you don't have control over your own marketing, then you don't have control over your business and the revenue and the money that you make, right? Most businesses out there, and I've worked with hundreds and hundreds of businesses and seen thousands more, that are completely outsourcing and relying on third parties to deliver leads and sales and essentially put food on the table, which is just not going to cut it anymore in 2024 and moving on into the future with the rate that AI and all the technology is evolving. Essentially, every business should be able to run and manage their own marketing and create a predictable system that you own and control. And that's exactly what we're going to go through today. So what's at stake, right? Well, the stakes are very high, ladies and gentlemen. If you don't control your own marketing, then, as I said, you're going to be relying on other third-party agencies that are often expensive and delivering low-quality leads. You're possibly relying on just word of mouth or referrals and don't actually have a system set up yet. And so if you don't take action on building something, it means that the struggle is going to continue, right? And your competitors are likely going to outpace you, especially once again with the amount of technology that is just coming out of the woodworks at the moment. If you don't do something about it, I can guarantee you that your competitors will. So why should you listen to Jeremy? Why should you listen to me, guys? Well, firstly, why should you listen to anyone, right? Ultimately, we're all responsible for our own shit, and we need to take ownership of that, right? I'm just a dude that has done this so many times now, where I've figured out what works for me and what's worked countless of times for lots of different other people in different industries. And I'm at the point now where I've spent well over $1 million on paid ads personally myself inside the ads manager and running the campaigns. I've generated well over 100,000 leads, and I've applied the same method, the exact same method that I'm going to show you right now, to countless different industries, from commercial finance to plumbers to people that build equestrian arenas for horses, all the way through to the music industry, right? It's the same methodology, it's the same principles that I'm going to show you here today, and I'm going to show you how to do it in less than 2 hours. And the cool thing is, for me, and the reason why I've called my little brand Go Remote, is because I've been able to do this while traveling the world and working remotely the whole time doing it. And I'm not here to teach you how to do that today, but what I am here to teach you as part of building this system is how to get back some of your time, right? If we're able to set up a machine, a system that's automated, predictable, and consistent, then ideally, hopefully that gives you some of your time back so you can go and do what you love to do. For me, it's getting out into the nature. There's me at the top of a mountain in the German Alps. Good Lord, do I love the nature. For you, it might be getting out on the golf course or sipping cups of tea at high noon, whatever it is. Hopefully, by the end of this 2-hour session, roughly speaking, well, I don't know how long it's exactly going to take, but it should be less than 2 hours. Hopefully, you've built your own system and found a way to win back some of your time, okay? There's a bunch of case studies and testimonies that I've put in this document, so please, I'd highly recommend that you check those out and just see for yourself, some of the results that other people have got there as well. All right, so what are we actually going to need for this masterclass? Well, you're going to need a pen and a paper. Take notes. This is the sort of thing where I don't want you to just watch this and say, I'll come back and do that later. This masterclass is specifically designed for you to pause the video, take the action, do what I show you to do, then play the next part of the video, pause it, take the action, and implement as we go. I'd just be so disappointed if you didn't do that. I want you guys to have this done, set up by the end of this masterclass. We're going to need pen and paper to take notes. We're going to need a Google Doc to get a few bits of writing down. We're going to need Google Sheets. We're going to need a Meta business account. Don't worry, I'm going to show you how to set up all the different softwares that are involved with this. And I'm actually going to show you how to set all of this up for free, guys, right? It's not going to cost you a penny. Of course, that's to build the machine. However, right, nothing in the world is free, guys. And of course, I'll give you the vehicle, and in order to fuel the vehicle, it needs fuel. And it just so happens that fuel is going to be money. So what I say is that if you can spend at least $20 a day on ad spend to actually fuel the machine, then you should be able to see immediate results within the next 24 hours or so. Okay, I'm going to need a Canva account. That's free. We're going to need a make.com account, which is where we're going to set up all our automations. Don't worry, I'll show you how to set it up, or you can use Zapier if you're familiar with that. We're definitely going to need a positive attitude and a burning desire to make this marketing shit happen, right? Let's get it sorted, guys. So once I've finished recording this video, you'll see it here so you can get stuck into it. I highly recommend, if you're not already, watching this on 1.5 times speed, just for the sake of efficiency. We should be able to get it done in even less than 2 hours. And guys, if you actually want this done for you, then I've got a pretty crazy offer, and something that I thought of last night, literally, that I don't believe has really been done in the market before. So for those of you that just want immediate results without the hassle of having to actually use your brain and think about doing this yourself, then I'm offering a done for you service. And the way it works is that in less than 2 hours, I will build you a tailored, customized marketing and lead generation system specifically for your business, right? I'm going to do an example today, but this is specifically for your business, live on a call with you, in front of your face. I'm just going to build it out, right? Most other marketing agencies or freelancers, consultants will, take all your money and do this and take 2 weeks to get back to you with something while you're sitting there twiddling your thumbs, hoping that they're doing the work. Well, I'm just going to do the work in front of you on a live call in the space of 2 hours, and I'll do it for $1,000 US, right? One-time payment. You'll have your own internal sales generating machine without any ongoing costs, without any third-party services that you have to pay for. And if you're not absolutely stoked with it, the end of the call that we take, then I'll just refund you the money directly on the spot. And then additionally, if you still don't see any leads after the first week of having the system run for you, then of course, give you your money back, no questions asked, right? So specifically, who is this for? Just to be very clear, so we're not wasting anyone's time here. It's for service-based businesses needing leads to acquire customers through a sales call in most cases, businesses relying solely on referrals or word of mouth, companies buying leads from agencies but unsure of the process, or maybe you want to build your own internal system. Maybe you've tried marketers and agencies but haven't got good quality leads, or maybe the cost per lead was too high, right? It's for new businesses that need to get their whole marketing set up, and for companies that have got the budget there to spend at least $20 a day. Otherwise, it's going to take a little bit more time to actually generate the leads. So in terms of the free consultation, the first one's going to be 15 minutes, totally free. We're just going to have a quick chat to see if it's a good fit and if it's the right machine, the right system to build for your business. And during that call, I'm going to provide you with all the things that you're going to see here in this free masterclass that I'm giving to you today, including all the blueprints, all the AI tools that I use, right, that do all the heavy lifting, the documents, all the outlines of everything, which we're going to go through in a second, your own personalized marketing flow chart. And if it makes sense on that free 15-minute call, what we can do is just book you in for what I would call the execution call, right, which is where I build it out live in front of your face in about 2 hours time, right? And so that just allows you to ask questions and actually understand the machine that you are going to own at the end of this, right? So what do you get? And you'll get this if you just follow along with this masterclass, but if you want it done for you, then it's going to be fully customized marketing and lead generation system specifically for your business. hands-on learning experience, opportunity to ask questions on a live build out on, one call. Control over your lead generation without any other third parties, right? The in-depth AI marketing and lead generation blueprint, including all the ad copy, the headlines, the creative, the email, the SMS sequences, the lead forms. I'll integrate it to any CRM that you're using completely for free. I'll give you your own Miro board, which I'll show you what that looks like in just a second, with the flow chart so you can actually visualize your own marketing plan. I'll give you the Google Doc checklist, simplified process so that it's as easy as pushing an on and off button, turning on and off a tap, right? You'll own absolutely everything. You'll get access to all my AI agents, the apps, the automations, and you'll be able to directly import them into your business. And I'll give you the video tutorials, the standard operating procedures, and all the Google Docs you could poke a stick at, as well as 24/7 private Slack channel access for 30 days after the execution call, as well as weekly check-in calls, right? And so essentially offering you a way to get leads coming in from as soon as tomorrow without lifting a finger, okay? So if you want that, guys, feel free to just book the call right now. I'm going to bump the prices up to $1,500 US on the 1st of July because I can and I will. So let's get stuck into it, right? What are you actually going to be doing in this masterclass? It's essentially a 9-step process. So what I've got here is the Miro board that actually maps it out. So there's a link to it right here. So you'll be able to see the entire map, and we're going to build one of these for your business as well, completely customized to you. But it essentially goes step by step and all the little micro steps that we have to take to actually build our own client acquisition, lead generation, marketing machine. So that's all there. That's what we're going to be going through together today. And I've also been able to create a Google Doc checklist where you can just go to file, create a copy, and actually, as we're going through this together and you're pausing the video, taking some fucking action, you can tick off the boxes as you go so you can see where we're at and what we've got left to go. Okay, guys? So that's all there. Housekeeping should be done. If you need any other good reasons as why you should do this, well, you're going to get immediate control over your own marketing. You're going to minimize the stress and the uncertainty of knowing where the next lead or sale is going to come from, right? And I'm going to show you how you can leverage some crazy AI technology and automations that have come out now before it's too late and before your competition does it, before you can get a hold of it, right? That didn't really make sense for a sentence, but you know what I mean. Anyway, here's what we're going to do. We're going to walk you through the live walkthrough. So we're going to open up all the things that we need in just a second, but just to give you the bird's eye 30,000 foot view, step one is we need to get your offer on paper. Step two is we're going to generate all the copy and our digital assets with AI. And then step three is we need to define, what questions we're going to ask leads. What do we actually need in order to fulfill your service, right? What information do we need the leads to provide to us to know if they're qualified and that they're worth, making a sales call to? Next step is we're going to set up our business manager and ad accounts on the Meta platform. So we're going to be running Facebook, Instagram ads. Why? Well, it's the easiest way. Like I said at the start of this, MVP, minimum viable product. It's the easiest, fastest turnaround. We can have leads coming in within the next 24 hours, and it's one of the cheapest costs per leads that we can get in order to build this machine. Of course, we can do it on many other systems, but if you're not on here and you haven't tried it on the Meta platform, that's what I would recommend doing first, right? Lowest hanging fruit, baby. Next, we're going to set up the campaign. Then we're going to set up the lead form. Then we're going to set up the Google Sheets and automation so we can actually track our leads and be able to call them. And then we're going to double check to make sure we haven't fucked anything up. And then we're going to push the big green go button and turn this thing on. We'll wait about 24 hours and see the first lead come through. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, grab yourself a coffee and a cake, strap yourselves in, and let's build this thing together, baby. All right, so let's go. Step number one is step number 8. Let's go to step number 1 is we need to get our offer down on paper. So what does that look like? Let's open up a new Google Doc and write down the following. We're going to get the name of the business, if you're doing this for a client, or the name of your offer, your program, whatever it is you're selling. We're going to figure out who the target client is, the target avatar. What's your ideal client desire? What are their core problems? How specifically does your offer or business help them? And what are your unique selling points? So what I want you to do is open up a new Google Doc and get that stuff down on paper. So, what I'm going to do today is do a very generic example, right? Like I said, this has worked for many different types of businesses in industries. As long as you're looking to generate leads that you can pick up the phone and call them or get them in a booked appointment, then this should work for you, right? So we need to write down the offer, the ideal client avatar, what do they desire, what are their core problems, how do we help them, and what are our unique selling points. So for the sake of this example, I've already gone and created that so you don't have to watch me fucking type it all out and take even more of your time. So I've called my little example today, Local Aussie Tradies. So my ideal client avatar is going to be Australian homeowners. And what do they desire? Well, they want to feel at home and comfortable in their new space, right? We're going to, tradies are like contractors if you're watching this from a different country. So like builders, plumbers, electricians, landscapers, whatever it is, handyman services, whatever, right? They want to increase the value of their home. They want to show it off to family, friends, and they want to turn it into their dream space into a reality, right, is what I had. You know, don't think too much about this. Just get something down. Just whatever comes to mind. Don't worry about spelling or grammar. Just get it down. What are their core problems? Well, they don't know who to trust to get the job done. They don't know any local tradies. They don't know how much it will cost. They don't know if it's going to be affordable, but how long it's going to take for them to do it. They've heard of their friends getting burned by tradies before that have run off with their money or whatever. Current space is a mess. They're embarrassed to have family and friends over. They're concerned about the financial commitment to get it all done, right? So, you know, if you're in, like, for example, a real estate or a mortgage broker or a loan officer, you know, you're just putting down what are the problems that your clients are having, and then you're going to write how do we help. Well, we connect homeowners with local Aussie contractors or tradies. So we offer a free quote and a free site inspection. We give them a custom design of their new space. We send around our team of qualified and fully insured experts, tradespeople to get the job done, built, complete in a short amount of time at an affordable price. What are our unique selling points? Well, in the example that I'm just making up, I'm going to say we've got 15 years experience. We do installs within 2 weeks. We're fully qualified and insured, and we have a 5-star rating on Google. And we are local and committed to the best customer service and satisfaction possible. We also leave our construction sites better than when we found them. So guys, if you need to pause this video, get this down on paper, okay? I'm going to do the same right now, and then we're going to actually use some cool AI technology to produce all of our content. All right, so I'll be with you in just 1 second. All right, guys, now that we've got that down on paper, here's option. I'm going to give you 2 options here on what you can do. Option number 1, if you're not looking to book a call and have me do this for you, then this is what I would highly recommend so you can do it for yourself. Is just copy this, all the text that you just wrote down. And then I want you to head over to ChatGPT. If you don't have a ChatGPT account yet, you can get one for free. I've got the paid version, so it does, you know, a few more fancy things. But if you don't have it yet, you'll just head over to a website called openai.com, and then you'll create an account here on that page. Once you've created an account, you'll come here. What we're going to do is, I'm just going to hide this and I'll move my head out of the way. We're going to first give it a prompt, okay? So just for the sake of creating a minimum viable product, we're going to keep it real simple. I'm going to say, you are a world-class meta lead generation specialist, right? Review the following information about my offer and give me the following assets. What do we need? So let's have a look at our flowchart here. All right, so we've got that done. We're moving on to step number 2 now. We're going to generate the copy and assets with AI. So we want ad copy. We want headlines. We want call to actions. We want a lead form. We want email and SMS notification words that we're going to send to people, to ourselves and to the leads. We want the you could, if you want to build landing page copy. We're not actually going to build a landing page today because you don't need it in MVP. We do need a thank you page message because we're going to do some, I'll show you later. We're going to need a thank you page message, and we're going to need some creative ideas, right? Or some images or videos. We'll get to that in just a moment. All right, so let's go back over to ChatGPT, and let's say we're going to need 2 times sets of ad body copy. We want 2 times headlines. We want 1 times CTA, or which is call to action. We want lead form copy and qualifying questions. We want a thank you. We want email self. We'll call it self email notification copy. We want lead email, and we want 3 times creative ad. We'll call it add creative ideas. Okay. Then we're gonna, here is the info about my offer. Okay. And then we're simply just going to copy and paste what we had written out on our Google Sheet before. Okay, so you are a world-class metal lead generation specialist. Review the following information about my offer and give me the following assets. Okay, so if you hit enter on that, you'll notice that ChatGPT is going to go to work, and there you go. Add copy 1, add copy 2. There's our headlines. There's our call to action. There's our lead form. There's the qualifying questions we're going to ask. There's the thank you page message, right? You guys get the point. Now, if you know anything about AI, I've been investigating it, looking into it, you'll know that's really the technique to getting high quality outputs is having high quality inputs, which is what we call prompt engineering. So it's designing prompts. Now, what I've done to make this as high quality output as we can possibly get is I've actually built this little app or AI tool here. Now I've called it here, I actually made this myself just to help me with my own clients and my own offers and to help people like yourself. And if you book in one of the free calls, 15 minutes with you, I'll actually send you this so you can fill it out, and then it's going to give you a full Google document of absolutely everything that you need. So I'll just quickly show you how that works, and we're going to go to, where is it here? We're going to do some copy and pasting. So we're going to go local Aussie tradies. We'll go start. The name of our business for this example is local Aussie tradies. Let's move my head out of the way again. Who's the ideal client avatar? For us, it was homeowners. What does your ideal client desire? Oh, I keep going to the wrong one. To feel at home. And then keep going. Sorry, guys. What are their core problems? Oh, sorry. How does this service help? What are the unique selling points? Pop that in there. Next, Jeremy. Very good. Submit. Sweet. So that has now submitted, right? And then if I go over to my Google Docs, and search local Aussie. There we are. Oh. Bang, it's actually pumped it out for us. So it's actually gone so much more in depth because of the prompt engineering that I've put behind that. Okay. And so if you want to book in a call, then I'll send you my link and it's going to give you this. What are the day-to-day challenges? What's the solution that they could, without a solution, they could face increased stress levels. Their current actions might involve trying to do things themselves or this and that. Their ideal outcome after using local Aussie tradies would be ... They seek to avoid this frustration. Once their issue is resolved with local Aussie tradies, they'll be envisioning feeling relieved, proud. So it's going a lot more in depth than just giving us like a couple of different ad copies, right? They might be considering other local Aussie tradies. So it's just going through all the different types of problems and the solutions that they have, right? And it's going to give you all the advertisements, the body copy, the bullet points, the email copy, even SMS campaign copy as well, right? So if you want to book a free call and get this done, by all means, you can go ahead and do that as well. Otherwise, what we can do is use the Chat GPT, the standard stock output, right? But now that we've got that, it's time to move on to the next step, right? So what I want you to do, or if you haven't already, is if you are using Chat GPT, just come and copy and paste this and pop it into your Google document. All right. For me, it's already created a Google document for me with all the information that I need to move on to the next step. So I'm just going to pause it and then get this next step ready for you. All right, guys. So by now you should have completed step number 1. We should have our offer down on paper. We should have done step number 2 using AI to generate all of our digital assets, right? We've got our ad copy, we've got our headlines, we've got our call to actions, we've got our lead form, we've got our email and SMS copy, we've got our thank you page copy, and we've got some creative ideas, right? Step 3 is to actually just figure out exactly what we need to ask the lead. What qualifying questions are we going to ask in order to be able to actually service them and make sure they're actually qualified? So what I want you to do, if you've copied and pasted everything over from ChatGPT, you should have a section here now that says the qualifying questions. So these are the suggestions that ChatGPT gave to us. What type of renovation are you looking to complete? How soon are you looking to get started? Do you have a budget in mind? Have you worked with local tradies before? If yes, what was your experience? Okay, so they're great questions by all means. However, there's something that you have to understand when it comes to lead generation. The more questions you ask, the more friction there is. However, the more questions you ask, the higher the quality the lead is going to be, the higher the sign of intent is going to be, right? So if you want to have a higher quality lead, ask some more qualifying questions. If you want to have more leads, a higher volume, then ask less questions. Now, if you're just getting started, I would argue that it is actually better to have more leads. It's better to actually have the chance at having a conversation with someone on a phone or meeting them in person to then rather never have the chance to meet them at all, right? And so I would argue, if you're just getting started, that volume is what we want. So for my example, I'm simply just going to ask them and obviously we need their name, their email, their phone number, and I'm just going to ask them what their job description is. Very straightforward. They can put in the information that of the type of job that they need doing, and then I'll be able to assess based on the job description whether or not they're qualified, right? So that's me. But you need to have a really think about what qualifying questions are you going to ask in order to make sure your lead's qualified. Right? If you're doing something that involves, like, for example, finance, maybe they want a loan, and how much of a loan do they want? Maybe you want to ask, how much revenue they're making if you're doing some sort of B2B service, right? There's many different things you can ask. Just use the bare minimum of what you need to be able to have a quality conversation with them. All right, guys, and just remember, more questions, higher quality, but less leads, less questions. Not necessarily lower quality, like I get there is a drop in quality, but you're going to get a higher volume of leads, which means more opportunities to talk to people, more opportunities to close deals. All right, guys. So now that we've got that done, let's move on to the next step, which is actually setting up our business manager account on Meta. Now, if you don't have one of these yet, what you're going to need to do is head over to type in the website business.facebook.com, right? And you're going to sign in or create an account. And that means you need to have your own personal Facebook account or Instagram account, right? You need to sign in with that and create a new account. It's completely for free. Because I already have an account, I can't go through this process, but what you should get is something that looks like this, right? So you're going to come to a page, and if you can't see business settings, what you want to do is jump down to the corner, and you'll see this, if hopefully my icons aren't in the way here, but you'll see the little gear icon in the bottom left hand corner of the page. Once you're logged in, you're going to want to go to settings, right? And you're going to have your different pages, okay, and add accounts. So what we're going to do first is create and optimize a Facebook page. So we need to create a business page. All right. So if you need to do that, what you want to do is head over to Facebook. If we just go back home here and we go to see more, you'll go down on the left hand side and go to pages. And then you'll see your pages here. See all pages. And I've just created this page here, and it's actually taken away the option to create a page in that section. But if you don't see create new page button there, then what you can do is head over to the business manager. You'll come to pages here, and then you're going to add a page and then if you don't have a page yet, you're going to create a new one by clicking that button. If you already do have a Facebook page, but you haven't connected it to your business manager, or let's say you just created your business manager, then you're going to want to add your page here. And then you'll head over to your Facebook page. So I'll just go to Local Aussie Tradies that I just created just to save time. We're going to copy and paste the URL from here. We're going to pop it in there. And there you'll be able to see and add your Facebook page, right? If you get stuck with any of this stuff, guys, and the same if you get stuck with anything else, feel free to, send me an email, ask me for any help, obviously by all means. But, one of your best friends and resources on the internet is going to be YouTube, right? There's an answer for every question that you have on Google and YouTube. So just type it in there if you're getting stuck at any point, but it should be nice and simple. And we're going to create the new Facebook page. So once we're on the page, you should have a page walkthrough to actually set everything up here, right? So you can come to edit, and you can see I've already created a profile picture, a cover photo. Then you're going to put in a bio. So for me, I just said we exist to connect homeowners with local Aussie tradies. And then you can also just edit your about info. You can add all your privacy policy links, all the information about the business, right? Please fill that out to the best of your ability. And then what I'd recommend is just making a couple of posts here, right? So let's just say, let's have a look. Let's add a photo. For example, we could say where if you're hiring at the moment, we could just add that. We'll post it. It's something to do with tradies. Add a couple of photos so the page isn't completely blank, right? While that's loading, I'll just pause it. We might add one more just so it's not completely bare and empty. What have we got here? So here's, for example, a nice renovated deck or entertainment area. Beautiful. Post. Sweet. And obviously, you can put some text with it. Maybe it's a job that you've done recently, whatever it is, just get some posts on the page so it's not completely blank. Add in your phone number, your contact details, your opening hours, all that sort of stuff. All right. And then you should have a page set up. Okay, so once you have created your page, if you don't already, you can go and create an Instagram page. You can connect your Instagram page to your Facebook page, all of that. We're not going to do that today because it's not part of a minimum viable product. It's not required to get leads coming in overnight. We can still run ads on Instagram without actually having an Instagram page. All right, so we can skip those steps for today. And then we're going to create a Meta ad account. So the way that you do that is you come back to your business settings. If you're ever lost, just inside your business manager, go bottom left-hand corner, click on the gear icon, go to ad accounts, right? And then you're going to click add, and then you're going to create a new ad account. Now, because this is a new business manager, I've got a max limit of 3 ad accounts, which I've already got them here. Luckily, I already created the local Aussie Tradies ad account. So when you're creating an ad account, it's very important that you select the right time zone, you select the right currency, and that you add your payment method, right? You should do that first thing, because if you don't add your payment method, which you can come to from clicking here, Facebook's going to put a black mark against your name and say naughty, naughty, naughty. All right. So we want to make sure we're adding the payment method straight away. All right. So let's just go back to our business settings. And the next thing that you're going to want to do is add your business information. So we've got our ad account. We've added our payment method. All right. So that's all there. That's all fine and dandy. Now, if we click on the 3 dots and we go edit, it is my business, blah, blah, blah. Very good. What we're going to do now is scroll down to the bottom left and go down to business info. All right, this is very, very important, guys. This is an inactive ad account that I haven't set up yet, but what you need to do is put in your legal business name, the address of the business phone number, the business website. All right. And any other information, I think it might ask at some point for your tax ID, or if you're in Australia, your ABN, right? And it's very, very important that you add that information in while you're setting up your business manager. I'm not going to do that right now in front of you, but do as I say, not as I do, right? It's very important that you get that stuff in there so that you don't risk getting restrictions on Facebook, right? They just want to make sure that you're a real business, you got things going on. If you're just a sole trader and you don't have, a legal business name or an ABN, that's totally fine. Just put in your own name, your own address, that sort of thing. They're not going to publicly put that information out anyway. But very important that you get that done. Your payment details and all of your business info, right? Inside the checklist that I created for you guys, there's going to be a business info checklist. So you can actually come through to this one here, I believe, and it's got all the information that this one here, all the information that you need in order to satisfy Mark Zuckerberg and all the people at Facebook, right? And just getting this information before you start running your own lead generation campaigns is going to be very handy for every time that you need easy access to it. All right. So from there, we can move on to the next step now and actually start creating our advertising campaign. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to open up the ads manager now. So what we're in here is called the business manager. And if we go back up to our ad accounts here on the left-hand side, we're going to select our new ad account that we just created, Local Aussie Tradies, and then we're going to click open in ads manager. All right. So now that we have that opened in Ads Manager, it's time to get funky. We're going to actually go through this together and build out your very first campaign using all the assets that we just created there. And don't worry, we are going to do the actual creative part, the images, the videos in just a second. So this may look super intense and, like a little over the top, but it's very easy if you just follow along step by step. So if you need to, have a quick break, pause the video, and let's get stuck into it. Alrighty, guys. So step number one is going to be to actually create a new campaign. We're then going to choose our lead objective. We're going to set up the naming conventions. We're going to figure out whether we need to toggle on or off what is known as special ad category. I don't know why I've got that there twice, but let's just do it right now and get stuck into it. So top left-hand corner inside your ads manager, we're going to select create. There you go. So it wants our account info, like I said before. Yes, it's just saying confirm that we're going to be running from one of these pages. Sweet. Yeah, we're all good. Continue. We're going to, I'll actually just go back to the ads manager so you can see where you'd be if you already had added the info. So we're going to go create in the top left. We're going to choose a lead campaign. We're going to hit continue. And this part is very important, guys. You have to select manual leads campaign, right? Don't let Facebook create this for you, right? We want to do this manually. Cool. All right. So our new leads campaign. So what we're going to start with is the naming convention. So let's just call it. So our business is called Local Aussie Tradies. So we're going to call it LAT. Then we're going to put this little line thing in here. And we're going to type in, it's going to be Australia wide. That's the location. And we're going to say we're going to do something called dynamic ads. So just put dynamic. We're going to do blanket. And then we're going to try an ad technique today called the 3-2-2 method, right? So that just means we're going to use 3 creatives to test against each other. We're going to use 2 sets of primary text and we're going to test 2 different headlines. And we're going to have 1 call to action. Now that we've got that, what you can do is just copy and paste this. All right. And we're going to use that for our ad set and our actual ad naming conventions as well. Now, on to the next step, which is actually choosing whether or not your ad needs to be in a special category, right? So you need to declare if your ad's related to credit, employment, housing, social issues, elections, or politics. If you don't do this, guys, you can be at risk of getting your account shut down. So if you are any of those things, and I run plenty of commercial finance ads and these sorts of things as well, it's totally fine to still run them. It's just that you have to let Facebook know if you're doing it. And sometimes, especially if you're doing, social issues or anything like that, they're going to restrict your targeting or ability to, target specific individuals over others. So just make sure you do that, guys, if you are running any type of special ad category. Now, we don't need to do any A/B split testing right now because we're going to be testing anyway with what is called dynamic creative. And I'll show you what that means in just a second. And Advantage campaign budget is really good for once you've found what winning combination of words that you're saying and creative that you're using and targeting that you're using as well. So once you've actually figured something out, then we can create another campaign in the future and turn campaign budget on, because that's going to distribute our budget across the campaign level, which is like at the top, right, across the entire campaign. Whereas for now, we want to distribute it across ad sets, even though in this example, we're just going to have one ad set. So what we can do, you don't need to select anything else, just do the naming convention and click next. Right, from there, we're going to build out our ad set. So we copied and pasted that before. We're going to pop that in there. For this example, we're going to do instant forms. Of course, we could build out an entire website or landing page or sales funnel to send traffic to, right? But that involves setting up pixels and all sorts of things that aren't involved in creating a minimum viable product if you just want to get leads coming in within the next 24 hours. So we're going to choose instant forms, which means people actually stay on the Facebook platform and fill out their form directly there on Facebook or Instagram. All right, we're going to choose the right page. So we're going to do local Aussie tradies here. We need to review the terms and conditions. Otherwise, it won't let us. So read through the terms and conditions. I agree. So now we're good to go. And we want to make sure that our goal is the maximized number of leads, right? We don't need to worry about the cost per result and targeting that just yet. What I would recommend doing, and you don't have to do this, but this is just a really easy way to let the power of the Facebook algorithm do the heavy lifting for you, is actually turn on dynamic creative, all right? And that's going to allow us to test different combinations of images, headlines, and body copy, or the words that we're saying. Facebook will determine which combination is going to be best to go in front of any particular lead in order to get them to convert, right? So we're going to turn that on. Now, like I said, if you've got 20 bucks a day, then this can work for you. So just put your daily budget to whatever you want, but I'd say definitely start with a minimum of 20 if you can. If not, you can start with, as little as $5, $10. It might just take a couple of days to get your first lead coming in. Now, in terms of a schedule date, what I would highly recommend you doing, especially if you've set your ad account up correctly and including setting the right time zone of your account, is actually set the leads to start, or the ad campaign to start at 3 a.m. tomorrow morning, right? So whatever day or time you're doing this, set the campaign to start at 3 a.m. Now, because I'm showing you this and I want to be able to, finish this masterclass and put it up, and I want to show you some results that the campaign that we build together today gets at the end of this video, I'm just going to start it straight away. The only reason that you would start it at the end of the day, at the start of the day at 3 a.m. is so that Facebook or Meta has a full 24 hours to distribute your $20 budget or whatever your budget is, right? Whereas if you're making this at 10 o'clock at night and you turn it on for starting straight away, then it's going to spend your whole $20 in the space of 2 hours, where we want it to distribute out across the day a bit better. And so I'd recommend that you give Facebook the chance to do that by starting your campaign at 3 a.m. for tomorrow morning, all right? We don't need to set an end date. We can just come in and manually turn it off whenever we want. I'm going to leave my audience as Australia-wide. If you're a local business and you're only targeting your specific area, what you can do is click the edit button, and then you can just search for your location. So let's say you're in Sydney, New South Wales. Bang. So it's got all of Sydney there. If you want to edit the size of the circle, you can drag it up and make it even bigger. Or if you want to get real granular and make like small little areas, you can do that as well. Okay. So I'm just going to get rid of that, and we'll just go Australia. I'm going to be able to serve what we're called local Aussie tradies. So we're doing this nationwide, right? We've got advantage audience, right? So at the moment, guys, here's my recommendation. Just choose a minimum starting age. So for me, we're targeting homeowners. So I'm going to say we're going to start the minimum age is 25, and then I'm just going to leave it open, right? What you can do if you want to is come down to advantage audience and click audience suggestions, right? And then you can get, more targeted with your age bracket if you want to. You can choose genders, and then you can add in interests, behaviors, and different demographics, which is great. But in this day and age, in 2024, things are changing in the way that we actually do advertising. And why is that? Well, the fact is that the meta algorithm is getting even more and more powerful, right? And so it's actually more beneficial to just let Meta do the work for you, rather than you trying to guess with our human brains, what's actually going to perform and what's not, what interests to target. Let's let Meta figure that out for us, right? Especially at the start. So highly recommend you leave it as what we call open targeting, or I call it blanket targeting. We're just putting a blanket over the whole of Australia. As long as they're 25 or above, we're going to run ads to them and let Meta figure out who our ideal clients are. In terms of placements, we can just leave that as it is for now, and we should be all good. Let's go on to the next step now. Cool. So you should still have your copy and pasted naming convention. We can, of course, edit that slightly in a little bit, but for the sake of this, remember, guys, MVP, we're trying to get leads in the next 24 hours. In terms of our page, we should have our page pre-populate here, our Facebook page. If you have an Instagram account, you can actually connect your account directly here in the ads manager. But as you can see, we don't even have an Instagram account, but we're going to be running ads on Instagram. We're just going to use our Facebook page as sort of the profile to run those ads from. Then when we come down here, we've got our ads set up. I would recommend toggling off multi-advertiser ads, because this is Facebook saying that they'll put our ads alongside other ads in a similar space to help random people discover our services, but it's more so while they might be looking at other businesses. So this is just a way I think of Facebook generating a little bit more revenue. For some business cases, it could work, but for us, we're going to toggle that off because we want all of our money going directly in the places that we decide to put it, right? Then from there, we're going to need some ad creative. So this is the fun part. If we head back over here, we're going to essentially we've done our ad set, we've done our instant conversion form, we've set up the page, we've got dynamic creative on, we've set our daily budget, we've set up our targeting, which was just Australia-wide in our case, and anyone above the age of 25. We're now setting up our ad. If you want, select your Instagram account or just use your Facebook page. We're going to select the ad format is going to be a single image or a video. We're going to add in 3 different ad creatives. We're going to add in 2 different primary text, 2 different headlines, and 1 call to action. So let's head back over to our ads here, and we've got it on single image or video is what we've got toggled on. And then we're going to actually go and create some images based on, some of the recommendations of what the AI ChatGPT told us before. So if we head over here, we got add creative ideas. So the first one is a before and after transformation video, or you could have an image. The next one is like a client testimonial carousel. And then another one is suggested like an interactive poll. So they're all right suggestions. The one I like the most is the before and after. So what we can do is we can head over to Canva, and what you want to look for and the size of the image that we want to create is going to be a 10, or we can go create a design. And it's an Instagram post because it's 1080p by 1080p, right? So you can sign up to Canva completely for free. That's totally cool. And what I would highly recommend, guys, is if you've got any photos on your phone of like, let's see if I've actually got some here, trains, right? Cool. Any photos on your phone of like your staff or jobs that you've done, right? Let's see what we've got here. Da, 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 da. Cool. Yeah, all right, here's one of the photos that we put on our page before. So you could do something like that. If you've got photos on your phone that you've taken of actual jobs that you've done, just upload them here on Canva and chuck them in. If you're more in like a professional services, if you've got like pictures of your staff walking around the office or working at the office, or team photos, or anything that looks raw, that looks like it's actually been taken by a real person and isn't just a stock image, is what's going to be the most beneficial and what will highly likely convert the most. Even better, if you're actually comfortable with getting in front of the camera and recording a 15-second to 60-second video, just explaining what it is that you do, how you do it, and why they should give you your details, give you their details. Want to exchange some sort of value there, guys. So, right, as you can see, we've got that one there, so we might just download that. Sweet. Here's like a pretty cool like before shot of one of my other clients that he took, so we're just going to steal that for this example. Make it bigger to fill out the square. There we go. There's a nice before shot. See, that looks like it was, does not look like a stock image, does it, guys? That looks like it was definitely taken on someone's phone, and it makes people go, oh, what is that? And stop scrolling. Because you got to remember, guys, what we're doing here is what we call interruption marketing, right? What we're trying to do with this Facebook campaign is stop people from scrolling, make them go, oh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. That's the exact problem that I have, right? I wonder what this is. And then to click on it, give us the information so that we can call them, all right? It's very different to someone waking up in the morning and going, I'm going to look on Google for someone, and typing in the search bar in Google. Then that's where you're competing to rank on different search engines. Here, we're using interruption marketing. We're stopping the scroll, and we're making people go, oh, that's exactly what I've been looking for. All right, so where were we with our little images? So we've got that one. What else could we use? Why don't we use, that one looks pretty good too. Nice new bathroom. Cool. We'll just make that a little bit bigger. Sweet. So it really doesn't matter, guys. You can obviously add text like this. Oh. That's going to be our offer. Essentially is offering people a free quote. We might want to put like a little background behind that, so we can come here, we can add little elements like this. There we go. We'll just change the background to a more brighter color, perhaps. There we go. Get a free quote. We can just make this a bit smaller. Sweet. Right, so there's just some examples. We'll download that as well. There's our 3 image creatives. All right. What you could do as well, just for the sake of showing you a little bit how to use this to, if we wanted to do the before and after thing, we'll put that in there like this. Got to zoom out even more. Yeah, there we go. Zoom in. We'll grab our little images here. Oh. Position, we're going to bring it to the front, and then we can just go, for example, duplicate it. We're going to get little things again. We'll make that one green. We'll make that one red. We're going to push it. Position needs to go backward. Sweet, right? And then, you know, as an example, we could do that. Download. Bang. We got our copy, right? So it's a little bit fiddly. You watch me do it live there. Just get something, guys. Make it as raw, organic, make it look like it's been taken, the photos or the images or the videos that you're using have been taken by a real human being, and you should get people stopping going, what's that, right? That's really the goal here. So then what we're going to do is we're going to head over to our Facebook Business Manager, or sorry, our ad account, and select the images. All right, you can see here, got a couple already in there. We're going to upload the ones that we just did. I think I already saw that one in there. I'll pause it while that loads. We've got our images, so let's use the before and after one that we had. I also created this AI image, which if you want to do, I'll show you how to do very quickly in a second. And let's roll with this one here, just the complete mess, and that should do us. So there's our 3 images. They're already loaded in. By the way, if you want to get AI to create you an image, you can just come down here and say, create me a 1080 of a before and after home renovation to use for my Facebook lead generation ad. All right. And that is going to create us an image in a couple of seconds, just so you can see how easy it is. Who knows what it's going to look like? But while that's loading, I'll just pause it. Beautiful. That's more probably like interior design, but I really like that, you know, before and after. So you feel free to have a play around with that. Canva has the same thing built into it as well. If you go down to elements, you can click on image generator, type in what you want, select the style, the landscape, portrait, all of that, and you'll be able to build your own images in Canva. And of course, you can use any graphics that they have, and you can also just type in photos as well. Right, and then you can go through and then search for whatever photo that you want to. So just get some images that will look like they stand out, like they pop, look like they're raw and been taken by a real human, and you should be good to rock and roll, guys. So now that we've got our 3 images in there, we need to get our primary text in there. So if we head back to the document that we made, let's have a look for our primary ad copy. Here it is here. So copy number 1, transform your home into the space of your dreams with our expert local tradies. We offer a free quote and site inspection, custom designs and top-notch service to make your renovation stress-free and affordable. With 15 years experience, fully qualified and insured professionals, and a 5-star Google rating, we guarantee a quick and reliable renovation that you'll be proud to show off. Contact us today to get started. Boosh. I love that, guys. That's sick. Obviously, you're going to want to come in and edit it to make sure that it matches you. If you did the first few steps properly and put in as much information as you could, you should have something that is as close to matching what we actually want as possible. But for the sake of this, we're just going to bang that straight in there. And then we're going to go grab our other one because we want to split test that. So the second one is tired of living in a space that doesn't feel like home. Our local trusted tradies are here to help. We offer free quotes, custom designs, and quick installations by fully insured professionals with 15 years of experience. Our team is dedicated to leaving every job site better than we found it, ensuring your satisfaction and peace of mind. Don't wait. Turn your dream home into reality with our expert services. Man, technology is crazy. Let's chuck that in there right now as well. Love that. Of course, you can add in more options, but I like this 3-2-2 method because we can just test, you know, 2 things or 3 images against each other. We can easily determine which one's performing best. Then 2 different body copies, and then we want 2 different headlines as well, which we should have been given. All right, so the headlines here: transform your home with trusted local tradies, free quote and custom design. All right, and affordable and quick home renovations by 5-star local rated Aussie local experts. So I like transform your home with trusted local tradies, free quote and custom design. I'll tell you what though, it's a bit long for the amount of space that we have in a headline. All right, don't worry about this thing at the moment, right? Here's some of our ad previews. Transfer your home. So what we might do is just go free quote at the start. That's a good one. And then the second one was also pretty good, but a little bit long for what we want. So free quote for any job around home. Let's try that as well. Cool. So that's all good. Our call to action is going to be get quote. Now, historically, just so you guys know, the most high converting call to action that they've seen over time on Meta ads or Facebook ads has been the learn more button. But we're going to call a spade in this example and just say get a free quote. If you're unsure, just click on learn more, right? There we go, guys. We've got 2 different headlines here. We've got 2 different body copies here, and we've got 3 images that we're going to be testing out here. So that is what we would call our 3-2-2 dynamic creative ad campaign. Well done. We're getting through it. We're almost there, guys. We have now done all of this. Now it is time to set up the lead form. Okay, so this is very simple, and let me walk you through it right now. So once we've got our copy, this, that, we don't need a description. We don't need a display link. We're just going to say the call to action, get quote, and then we're going to create a form. All right, so this form's going to be local Aussie tradies 1. We're going to go for more volume, right? Where we shouldn't need to, so the image creative used in your ad will show up. So I'd just recommend having whatever image or creative you're using in your ad to show up for your lead form. So you shouldn't need to do that. If you want, guys, you can create a greeting that explains, you know, everything that they're about to do. But I'm actually just going to remove the greeting and just make it super, super simple. All right, so there's not going to be an intro. We've already done that in our ad copy. They know what we're doing. And what does it want? Oh, it's probably saying it recommends it. We're going to add a question. It's going to be a short answer because remember, we decided that the only question we're going to ask is just get them to tell us the job description. Sweet. And then we want their full name. We want their email. And we're going to want their phone number as well, so we can actually call the leads, right? And then we're just going to say, enter your details. We have to tell them why we're getting the information to get a free quote. Sweet, nice and simple. And then we're going to hit next. Now, what you'll also need, guys, is a privacy policy link, okay? So this is just so that, you know, we're obeying by the laws. If you don't have a privacy policy, right, what you can do is, guess what? Come over to ChatGPT and just say, for the business above, please give me a privacy policy. All right, guys, so if you don't already have a privacy policy and you're just looking to get this done, as you can see, there is a whole new privacy policy that ChatGPT's just pumped out for us. So what you can do is just go and copy and paste this. Done. Then what what you're going to need to do is actually put this on a website. So there's plenty of free website builders out there that you can use. I found a really cool new one that if you do want to actually use this and have your own custom domains and stuff, it only costs $19 a year, right? So I'm just going to go to my dashboard here. It's called card.co. Build a really cool automation here, which I'll show you guys another time. We're going to go new site. Just going to go landing. And then let's just go with something like this. Something's nice and simple. We're going to say, this is free, by the way, to use, guys, for your first 3 sites. Free for 3. Just going to get rid of all of it. I probably could have just started from blank, to be honest with you. All right, guys, we got all that out of the way. And now what we're going to do is just add a new element. I'm going to say text. And then we are going to copy and paste our text in there like that. And there is our privacy policy. So we can edit the date. So what's the date today? The 30th of 24. Sweet, done. There's our privacy policy for local Aussie tradies. We'll hit the save button. It's going to check if that domain is available, and we're going to hit publish. Okay, then we're going to have a look at the site by clicking that. Bang, look at that, guys. Our own privacy policy. Now, hopefully you guys already have your own privacy policy. If you don't, there is an easy way to do it. We're going to copy and paste that link and put it in there. The link text is going to be privacy policy. And we don't need a custom disclaimer, and then we're good to hit the next button. So next thing we need to do is tell people what they should do next, right? So for us, let's head back over to our Google Doc that we created before. Lead form copy. So get your free quote and custom landings on say, fill out the form. So we've already done that. Thank you page message. Thank you for reaching out. Our team of expert tradies will review your request and get back to you within 24 hours with your free quote and custom design. We look forward to helping you transform your home into a space you've always dreamed of. So let's copy and paste that. We're going to head over to our form designer and then go bang. Sweet. And we need to have like a call to action, like what should they do next? So for us, we're just going to say call the business. And I'm just going to put in a number here that they can call. So after they've filled it out, you might want to redirect, let's say you have a booking calendar, what you could do is redirect them to a website and tell them, wait, you're not done yet, and tell them to book a call here if you're looking for more booked appointments. But again, guys, this has all been about our MVP. There we go. There's a phone number to call, and the call to action is call us now. Sweet. And then we're going to create the form. Done. So now we have just knocked out our first lead form. So now you can see what it looks like. They've clicked on one of our ads here. They've read the copy, they've seen the image, they said get quote. After they've clicked on get quote, they're going to be taken to this form where we're just going to say job description. They'll write it in, full name, email, phone number. They'll agree to the privacy policy. And then thanks, you're all set. Thanks for reaching out. Our team of expert tradies will review your request and get back to you with a free quote. And then they can either call you now or they can go to your website, or you can actually attach like a document there if you want them to download something. And guys, that is really it. So we have now completed our lead form. So we're going to leave Facebook Business Manager just here because we are going to come back before we hit the publish button. We're going to come back and check everything. But what we need to do first is actually set up our automations, right? So that Google, so that you know how to track your leads and where your leads are going to. So we need to create a new Google Sheet. So just head over to Google Sheets. We're going to call this the lead, or we'll call it local leads. So what do we want? We want the name, we want their email, we want their phone number, we want their job description, and we want the date that it was submitted so we can track that as well. Then if you want, you can also add like a notes section for you to take notes. We'll make all of these bold. Make that a bit bigger. All right, very good. Let's put in like a test. So John, email. Sweet. So there's like our little test person. We've created a new Google Sheet, all completely free as well, of course. And then what we need to do, we've added our column headers, we've added a test field. Now we need to choose our automation software. So guys, this is probably the most common one that most people have heard of, and it's called Zapier or Zapier, right? And you can absolutely set it up with Zapier. However, Zapier is going to cost you a little more money than, or to get started with. So if you're looking at doing this for free, then you can use make.com. Let me just take you to make.com. And make.com is completely free up to about 1,000 automations, I believe. So yeah, you can see get started for free. They don't even need your credit card details, as you can see here, and there's no time limit on the free plan either. So it just makes it so much easier to get started. So once you're inside of Make, what you want to do is go to Scenarios, and then you're going to create a new scenario. Okay, so just create a Make account, come into Scenarios, and click on Create a New Scenario. Cool. Now, this might seem very complicated, so just follow along closely. It's actually very easy if you just follow along step by step. So we're going to go Facebook, and we're going to say a new lead, right? Facebook lead ads verified. And we want, or we can go, yeah, show more. New lead, get form, list lead. So yeah, it's going to be Facebook new lead. And it's going to happen instantly. Then we need to choose a hook. So you'll be, if you don't have this set up already, you'll be prompted to do that. So you'll just say choose a new hook or add a new one. And then you go add. And then it's going to ask for your Facebook page. There we are, Local Aussie Tradies. Then it's going to ask for the form that we just created, Local Aussie Tradies 1, and hit the save button. Don't worry about any of this. We can then just click OK. So the next thing we need to connect, we'll go to the plus button here, is Google Sheet. And we're going to add a row. And we're going to choose my Google Sheets account. Select by path should be fine. My Drive. I'm going to choose the spreadsheet ID. Local Aussie Tradies leads. The sheet name is Sheet 1. And now we're going to put in some of the values. right? So here you can see in the name, we want to put their full name. In the email section, we want to put their email. In the phone section, we want to put their phone. And then in the job description, we want to put job description. And then in date, we want to find date created and put date created. So, it might look super confusing and all weird and stuff, guys, but literally all we're doing here is we're just lining up the columns in our spreadsheet here, name, email, phone, job, date, with what we've got here in make. So because we've connected our Facebook, it knows the fields that we're asking for, and then we're just matching them up. All right. And then once you've got those 4 things in there, you're going to hit OK. All right. From there, what we're going to do is anytime there's a new row in a spreadsheet, we're going to ask it to send us an email. So now we can go email. And we can go send an email. I'm just going to pause it here quickly. All right, so what we actually want to do first before we connect or create an automation to send ourselves an email and also the lead an email is we actually want to do something by right-clicking on the Google Sheets button. Because we've entered in some data already, we're going to say run this module only. And what that's going to do is it's going to say to Google Sheets, get the data that's in there now. And then, oh, sorry, we're going to run the whole thing once. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to a website called the Facebook Lead Form Tool. So we're going to go Facebook Lead Form Tester. So just type that into Google, come over to Facebook Lead Form Tester. And then we're going to try and find our page here. Local Aussie Tradies. Local Aussie Tradies 1 is the form that we just created. And we're going to hit Create Lead. So that should now be in our, that should now be there. So let's have a look. We're going to open up the field data. And there you go, job description, and it sent us the test dummy, the dummy data that we just used from this tool here. So again, that's Facebook Lead Form Tester. Find your page, find your form, and then hit the Create Lead button. If you need to troubleshoot this, what you can do is just hit the Run Once button, and it's going to sit here and start loading, and it's just essentially waiting to receive data. So if you then come over and delete the lead, give that a second to load, and then hit Create Lead, and then come back over. As you can see, now it's running. So now in our Google Sheets, if we head over there, we should have the test dummy data that we've just put in to our Google Sheets, which is really cool because we know that automations is working now. Anytime we get a lead from Facebook, it's going to come into our Google Sheets, which is what we want, so we can track the leads. So now that we know those are working now and we actually have some data in there, what we're going to do is say send an email. So we're going to, in the search bar, we're going to type in email, and then we're going to say send an email. Bang. All right, save message after sending. No, we don't need to do that. 2, we need to add a recipient. So we need to put in your email address here because we want to notify you that you've got a lead. Jeremy@go. All right. The subject is going to be you have a new lead. The content is going to be congrats, you have a new lead. Then we're going to say name, and then we're going to find the name from Facebook, full name, email. We're going to then find the email, phone number, job description. And then we're going to go job description. Sweet. And then we can click OK. Sweet. So now if we click run once, it's going to start loading, waiting for new data to come in. We'll head back over to our Facebook lead testing tool. We're going to hit create lead. We'll run back over here. There it is. Bang. Let's jump into my inbox and see if we got an email. Bang, you have a new lead. Congrats, you have a new lead. Name, email, phone, job description. Right, if you want to format that so it looks a little sexier, you can absolutely do that. Putting an extra space like this, and then it'll come down as like a new line so it doesn't look all weird. Right, and it'll actually come through in that format, so it's a little bit more readable. All right, then what you can do is we can go above and beyond and say send another email. This time is submission, or we can say free quote. And then it's going to go to, we're going to add the recipient, but this time instead of sending it to us, we're actually going to use the lead's email so that it sends the lead an email. And we can say, hey there. We just, oh, you know what? We actually already got AI. Self email notification copy, your free home renovation. All right, so we just said free quote, and then we said, hi, thank you for your interest in our home renovation service. Our team of expert tradies is reviewing your request, and we back to you within 24 hours with your free quote and custom design. We look forward to helping you transform your home into the space you always dreamed of. Best regards. Very good. So back over here, we'll paste that in. We'll add an extra bit of space there. Paragraph here. And then hit OK. Or we can put that down the bottom, make it read nicer. Bang. There you have it, guys. So then we'll hit the save button down in the bottom left here. Now, anytime we get a Facebook lead, it's going to go through to Google Sheets. It's going to send us an email notification, and then it's going to send the lead an email notification as well. And what you can do is just turn that on. Right, with the free Make account, you're allowed to have automations that are turned on at any time. So that's more than enough for what we need. If you wanted to, you could go and do it again and just pop you can run the lead testing tool again to make that fire. But that's going to work now. So we can save that. Let's go over to Make. We're going to call it, and we're going to call it Local Aussie Tradies Lead Notifications. Save. All right, and there you have it. There is our automations done. We've got our Google Sheet set up. We've got our automation so that we get notified. Of course, what you can do, guys, is you can add text messages onto there. You can add AI chatbots into there. So based on the answers that they give you, you can program the AI chatbot to give it a personalized and unique response based on the information that they filled out. You can do a world of magical things. But again, this is all about creating an MVP and getting this stuff set up in under 2 hours. And as you can see, we're at the hour and a half, or approaching the hour and a half mark right now. Okay. Then what we're going to do is go through, we're going to double check the campaign, the ad set, the ads, the lead form, the Google Sheets, the self notification, the lead notification. So let's head back over to our ads. Let's start at the campaign level. We've got our naming convention there, which looks good. We don't need to do anything else there for now. In our ad set level, so we've got campaign, we've got ad set, and then we've got ad is the structure or the hierarchy of a meta ad campaign, right? We've got our ad set name, okay? We're Australia-wide. where we can even just say 25 years plus. Then we got dynamic, we got blanket targeting, and we got 322. So three creatives, 2 copies, 2 headlines. Our dynamic creative is turned on. Our budget is at $20 a day. Normally I'd recommend, like I said before, to start at 3 a.m. in the morning, so you get a full day's run. Location Australia, 25, all languages. We don't need to do any advantage audience or placements. Let's check our ads. Ad is looking good. Our Facebook page is connected. We're using the Facebook page to post on the Instagram placements. Facebook's going to automatically determine the placements that we want. We've got our 3 images there. All right. And we've got our 2 sets of body copy here. We've got, you can get rid of that. We've got our 2 headlines here. We've got our call to action, which is to get a quote. We've got our instant form set up where they give us a job description, the name, email, phone number. We did our privacy policy, yeah. And then we've got the thank you message saying that we'll be in contact with them and the ability for them to give us a call. Or like I said before, you can redirect them to your website or to your calendar booking page, whatever it is you want to do. We've got our Google Sheet set up and the data or the automation is working. We've already tested that. We've got our email notification to ourselves and we've got an email notification to our leads. So you could even rename, I call this self. I was probably supposed to put enter, but as I said, you can right click and rename it and call that self notification. You can call that lead notification. And guys, we're pretty much good to rock and roll here. Let's go back over to our chart here. Sweet. Really, the next step is to actually go live. So what you can do is just come across to your checklist. We've created the Google Doc. We've done all of this. Right, and I'll let you guys go through and just tick this off. Make sure you've done every single step on this form, and then really the last thing is to actually publish the campaign. So let's go and show you how to do that right now. So what you're going to want to do is come down to the bottom right hand corner and hit the publish button. It's going to load up for us. Sweet. So that's going to go into review now, and always make sure that you just exit out of there. And sometimes you'll notice that it says in the top right hand corner here that maybe something's left in draft, and that's fine. All you want to do is just hit publish draft items in the top right hand corner, because I just went through it like that. It's published everything for me in one go, but sometimes it might not publish the campaign, but it will try and publish the ad set and this sort of thing. All right, then we can exit out of all these bubbles so we can look at it from a bird's eye view. We've got our campaign here. It'll say no ads right now because it's processing. We've got our ad set here. All right. And we've got our ads and they're currently processing. So this, depending on how new the ad account is, it can take anywhere up to a few hours. It can happen in minutes sometimes, and it can take up to 24 hours. If it's a brand new account, it shouldn't take too long, right? It should definitely be done within 24 hours. And by 2 p.m. tomorrow, ideally, we've come back and we've actually got our first lead in here, guys. And I'll after this video, I'll pause that and I'll come back and I'll show you the results if we manage to get any leads in 24 hours. If we don't, I'll make sure to put in this video how long it actually took to get the first lead to come through. So you can see that's been exactly an hour and a half. And we've set up our own internal lead generation system where we have our own automations, right? We've got our own spreadsheets. We've done our own creative, our own copy, our own targeting and our own automations, right? And we've actually just gone and published it. We've gone live, right? And so now it's just time to wait for the leads to roll in. So congratulations, guys. It's been an absolute pleasure to do it with you. So we're back. Well done. It's that simple, guys. And yeah, there's obviously a bit of thinking involved. It's going to take some time to think of, what are the problems that you're potential clients are facing, how are you solving them, and putting those inputs into chat GPT or into the AI tool that I've built as well. But once it's done, it's done. And then it's as simple as just coming in and looking at the results that you're getting, right? And seeing really what you're looking for is how many results you get. So the lead results will come up here. How much does it cost per result? Right? What's like that's essentially the cost per lead. You know, how many clicks you're getting, how much money you've spent, right? If you want to increase your budget, you'll be able to just come here into the ad set level, because remember we said we're not going to do campaign budget until we know what combination is actually working the best. So if your ads are going well, I just suggest, you know, increasing this number by just clicking this button here by 10% each day. So each day that they're going well and it's kind of working for us, we want to go, you know, increase it by 10% each day. And over the course of a week, you know, we're going to be able to increase it up to what, $30 a day, if you're able to convert the leads and get some results for yourself. You know, in another video, and I'll send you some resources. I'll shoot you an email with, you know, exactly how to scale your ads up, what metrics to look out for, and how to track them all properly. But again, guys, what we went through today was all about creating a minimum viable product, and this should have leads coming in for you within the next 24 hours. So if you guys want this done for you, where I actually consult with you, have a 15-minute conversation to learn about your business, what type of leads you're trying to get, what industry you're in, and exactly how to build this out for you, then I'm more than happy to do that, right? And the way that would work is I'd actually just have a 15-minute totally free call. I'll give you your own Google Doc with all those problems that we went through before, problems and solutions that we talked about before. I think it was this one here, right? Where we're looking at what their day-to-day challenges are, what's without this solution, what are they going to do? What are their current actions that they're taking to try and solve it themselves, that really go deep into your ideal client avatar and extract like the most optimum and high performing offer that we can out of what you've got to work with, then I can do that for you. And I'll give that to you for free on a 15-minute call. Okay. Then if it makes sense and we're like, yeah, this would be awesome if you can just build this out for us right in front of us, Jez, then I will be more than happy to do that for you guys. And so I've got a special little offer for you here today for you guys that have actually made it the hour and a half to the end of this masterclass. And what I'm going to do for anyone that's actually watched this and gone through it with me is I'm going to offer you to do it for just 50% down, right? So instead of 997 US bucks to get the ball rolling, we'll do it for 497 up front. And then 7 days later, if you're happy with it, if you love it, if you're stoked with your own new internal lead generation marketing machine that you guys own, and you want to give me the other 500 bucks for making it happen for you, then be my guest. I'm not going to say no to that, and we can do the other 500 in 7 days time only if you're happy. Okay. So in order to get that, just make sure you click the button here and book a call with myself. Like I said, we'll go through that 15-minute call. If it makes sense, we'll book in a time on the calendar on that first call to book in the execution call, which is where I'm going to build out exactly what we did in this masterclass live in front of your face, walk you through each step, how to use it all, and how to, delegate that to someone else so that you don't have to worry about it and you can just watch the leads roll in. So just a quick recap on exactly what you're going to get in that is the fully customized lead generation system that we just built out together. Then you get the hands-on experience where you can actually watch me build it out, talk to me while you're doing it, ask any questions that you want to ask. You'll ultimately have control over your own lead generation system that's capable of bringing in high quality leads. I'll give you all my AI marketing and lead generation strategy blueprints, or the Miro boards. We'll actually create one of these for yourself. And then we're going to actually map out like another one where you could say, all right, well, we're doing Facebook ads here. What about organic content? What about direct outreach? What about cold email if you're doing B2B? What about partnerships or referral programs? And actually build you a marketing sales funnel where we can actually add other elements into that, other channels to help you guys generate even more leads than just running ads like this as well. Okay. I'll also integrate this rather than just having a Google Sheet. If you are using a CRM at the moment, whether it's, Go High Level, Close, HubSpot, Salesforce, whatever it is, I'll integrate that so all your leads populate as deals inside your CRM if you're using one. Otherwise, feel free to just use Google Sheets. I'll give you, like I said, personalized Miro board that we just went through, so you can visualize everything. I'll give you the Google Doc checklist, like a personalized one just for yourself, as well as like the SOPs on how to actually maintain and run this, because this is for you guys. I don't own it. This is all yours. You own absolutely everything. I'll also give you access to my other AI agents. I've got plenty of other content producing agents, so you can do, social media management and produce daily content to put out there for businesses, as well as the cool tool that we used before. This one here, if I refresh that, the automated client fulfillment form. I'll give you 24/7 access to a private Slack channel. So you'll just have me in a private one-on-one Slack channel, like a communication spot where we can have communication, ask me any questions there, and I'll get back to you on a daily basis. We can also book in weekly calls to check in, see how your leads are going, what can be tweaked, what can be changed, how to scale it up over the course of the first 30 days. And essentially just build this whole thing out directly in front of you for less than $1,000, guys. So if that sounds like you, if you'd like that, then please go ahead and book it in a call. It'd be an absolute pleasure to meet you in person or online and actually build this out for you. So as I said, one-time special offer just for people that watch this masterclass. We can do it for 50% down. We'll get you, as long as it makes sense, we'll figure that out on the free 15-minute call. If it makes sense, we'll do 50% down and then 50% 7 days later if you're happy with the system. If for any reason you're not, then I'll give you your money back on the spot. Okay, guys? And of course, I'm going to bump the price up to $1,500 US on the 1st of July. Like I said, because I can and I will. I think this is absolutely insane value. And I don't know any other companies out there that are actually just taking the initiative and building this thing out in front of people, right? So that you actually understand it, rather than taking all your money, charging you $5,000 a month retainer and saying, I'll see you in 2 weeks and we'll have this built out for you, right? I'm just going to build it out for you that you own it then and there on the spot in front of you in less than 2 hours. And guys, with that being said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Let's grow your business. Let's give you your own revenue generating, sales generating, lead generating marketing machine and your own internal system that you can use to grow your business and free up some of your time. I hope you've enjoyed that, and I'll see you on the next one, guys. Cheers. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I told you I'd be back. It's only been about 6.5 hours. You can see here in the bottom right-hand corner of the screen that it's 8:29 p.m. on the 30th of May, 2024. We finished up at about 2 p.m. this afternoon, so it's about 6.5 hours later. We've already got our first lead in. Let's head over to our Facebook Business Manager, to our ad account here. And you can see here that our first lead has come in. There it is. One result, 2 out of 221 people reached, and we got the lead for $5.93, which is pretty cool. Lead's name was Ralph, and I've blocked out his email and a phone number for privacy reasons, and he needs some cornices done. So pretty incredible stuff, guys, that we were just able to pump that out in about an hour and a half. And then 6.5 hours later, we've already got our first lead in that we can pick up the phone and call right now, or maybe not at 8:30 at night, but you know what I mean, for $5.93. Now, I don't know if you've ever used a marketing agency before or hired a freelance marketer that's charging you a lot more than $5.93 per lead. But if you have, well, hopefully you follow the steps that I've showed you today and you're able to start generating leads for $5.93 as well. And it can get even better than that, guys. So I'm going to keep you posted. I'll let you know if there's any more leads that come through before I actually post this masterclass. I'll keep you updated. I'll add another one of these little videos. But there you go. There's proof in the pudding. There's a campaign that we created before just to show you. We can go into it and edit it. There's all the pictures that we use. There's the copy that we use. There's everything that we did together. this afternoon, and there you have it, our first lead in for $5.93. Well done, guys. I'll be in touch. All right, guys, we're back. It's 11:14 p.m. If you can see the clock in the bottom right-hand corner. I've just got some email notifications again. So what that's been, it was 6:30 before, 7:30, 8:30, 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, another 5 hours later. So what's that been? 11 and a half hours. Not even 24 hours, and we're up to 3 leads in at $3.49 each. There you go, guys. There's the proof in the pudding. How cool is that? I feel like our hour and a half that we spent together before was now worth it. Let's check out the Google Sheets that we had before. We've got Crystal and Mary that have joined the party. We had Ralph that needed some cornices done. We have Crystal looking for some laundry cupboards. And we have Mary here that's looking to convert a single garage to foldable and extension to the family room and adjustment to the patio. Guys, that's a potential $10,000 job right there of $3.49 each per lead. What have we spent in total so far? We spent $10 so far. If we were to connect a local Aussie tradie with that deal to extend a family room and put an adjustment on a patio, and they converted that deal, what do you reckon they'd charge? Could be a couple of thousand, could be 5,000. Depending on the size of the job, I know here in Australia that could be upwards of $10,000, right? And that is from $10 spent on ads and the machine that we just built this afternoon in an hour and a half. And if you guys want me to build this for you, then all you need to do is book in a free 15-minute call where we'll chat exactly about how we can do this for your business. I'll give you absolutely everything that you saw in the masterclass. And if it makes sense, we'll book you in for an execution call and I'll build it out in front of your face.